Having completed your research notes with your draft plan, the Section 1 ISA paper might test your knowledge of how to fine-tune ideas using preliminary investigations. The question may come in several forms depending on what kind of preliminary investigation they're thinking of. In this example, you're being asked to name a control variable and then describe how you could use a preliminary investigation to find a suitable value for that control variable. We're going to need to be given a hypothesis, so here we go. The distance the solar cell is from a light source affects its output voltage. And then we need to have a look at a possible student answer. So in blue, first of all, a response to write down a control variable, and secondly, a response to describe a preliminary investigation to find a suitable value for that control variable and how you'd use your results to find the best value. Pause the video, read the prompts very carefully and think about whether the blue student responses satisfy what's being asked for. Okay, so first of all, in response to write down one variable that needs to be controlled, the student has written background light levels, and that's worth a mark because the amount of background light is going to be significant in deciding whether this test is fair or not. They were then asked, briefly describe how a preliminary investigation could help you find a suitable value for use for the control variable. Explain how the results of this preliminary investigation will help you decide on the best value. And they've written, I would try out the solar cell with the room lights on and measure the voltage when the solar cell was both 10 centimeters and 1 meter away from the lamp. If I got a good change in the voltage, I'd know it was okay to have the room lights on. Well, in the bit I'm underlining now, they've clearly described a preliminary investigation and they've had a go at explaining how their data would be used. So this is definitely worth some marks, but actually the question as a whole, the response, is only worth 2 marks in total. Why? Well, the problem is they've not established that having the room lights on is the best value, they've just identified that it would work. To show that it's the best value, they'd need some sort of comparison. So they'd need to describe carrying out the same test with 10 and 1 meter distances, but this time with the room lights set off or at a different value. And then the key thing to follow that would be to say whichever value of background lighting gave me the biggest change in voltage would be the one to use in the final investigation.